Today's devotional reading is Genesis 27, 1 through 29. I'm going to encourage you to read that on your own. Again, it's Genesis 27, verses 1 through 9. Now, this is where Rebekah and Jacob conspire to deceive Isaac into giving Jacob the blessing of the firstborn and not to Esau. This is a complicated scheme of deception. There's lying, conniving, and manipulation of someone old and in a weakened condition. And all this is masterminded by Rebekah, Isaac's wife. We tend to cringe when we read this. We don't like these methods or practices. They're dishonest and would seem to be fraudulent. How could God honor the blessing that Jacob receives from Isaac? After all, God is honest, and we're told how God hates deceit. So again, why honor this blessing? There are a couple of things to bear in mind as we look at this. One is the matter of Esau selling this, his birthright, which is the unique blessing of a father to the firstborn, to Jacob. This is not an inconsiderable issue. Look back in Genesis 25, verses 29 to 34. We're told that in selling his birthright, Esau despised it. Esau did not properly value that which by rights was his. And so when we read today's lesson, bear in mind that Esau had already made a bargain to trade this, his blessing, for a bowl of soup. One other thing that we have time to point out is that this outcome is what God had promised Rebekah. In that same chapter 25, we hear the story of Rebekah being barren and how Isaac prayed, and God opened her womb to conceive, and she bore twins. When they struggled inside her, she asked God what this could mean, and God replied, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other. The older shall serve the younger." God had made this promise to Rebekah, and in today's reading, we see Rebekah working to that end, that the older would serve the younger. Could God have used other methods or tactics to accomplish his promise? We're not given that answer. What we are told is only what we read in the text. And so we're left to ponder, yet again, the mysterious ways in which God chooses to act. Throughout all of Scripture, we see mystery after mystery that God works, and he does so despite leaving us confused and with this question: do we trust God? Do we trust that indeed his ways are not our ways, nor are our thoughts his thoughts? And yet his ways and thoughts produce for us and in us his righteousness and compassion. How can we look at the cross and not be left in awe and wonder and amazement and confusion? Why does God take this hated device of torture and death and use it to redeem and purify us? When we can fully answer that, maybe we'll better understand how God uses and honors this lie of Rebekah and Jacob. God bless you in your struggle with his grace and mercy to you. God's blessing of peace be with you. Goodbye.